I'm Izzy Madgwick. I'm a freelance arts marketing consultant, and I've been working with the marketing team here at Stratford East for this summer, and I also worked with them last summer. I joined the team to help support them with the massive selection of shows that they're currently working on, and so I've sort of been in and out, but I really feel part of that marketing team when I'm around. I love working here because as soon as you step through the door, you feel sort of a sense of belonging. And I think I've worked in lots of different performing arts venues. And one of the lovely things about theatre is that you automatically fit into this sort of family. And I think Stratford East has that in bucket loads. That feels really strong when you walk through the door. And so even though I've been away for about 10 months, I come back and it still feels that sort of sense of belonging again, and a sort of sense of a familial sense of like trying to do the best thing for Stratford and for the local area, and also just a sort of passion within everyone for the arts. Stratford East actually has a really special place in my heart because I was 8 months pregnant, and this was the last I came to see I Think We Are Alone, which is a show here in March 2020 with Frantic Assembly, and it was the last show I saw before all the theatres shut down due to COVID, and it was the last show I saw before I had a baby who was born in April that year. And I often think back to that night being crammed in this auditorium. There was lots of school students there, and I just got the tube out of central London, and it was sort of very buzzy, sitting in the bar, eating food, catching up with my friend. And during lockdown, I often thought back to that night and thought how different life had become and how much I missed that sense of like vibrancy and people and life. And so it was a really significant night for me without really knowing it, you know. I remember standing in the bus stop afterwards, going home, and we had no idea what was coming next, and that would be the last show. So to come back and work here feels really special because it's nice to be back when everything has returned to normal. And now I have a little girl who started school, and that memory was sort of before that life started. So yeah, it was really significant for me. I think what sets Stratford East apart is its sort of place in the heart of the community. I think it's totally genuine as well. I feel that everything that happens here is 100% authentic, and the people that work here are the same. And I think that sort of is reflected in the work on stage. I think it is just so embedded in the culture of East London, and I think like the arts and culture scene in East London at the moment is just growing and growing and so vibrant and so huge. But you know, Stratford East was one of the original venues here, and like a home for theatre so long ago when Stratford was sort of a big industrial area, and I think that's so interesting, and it's such, you can sort of really feel the history in the bones of the building, and when you walk into that auditorium, it's so beautiful and so sort of ornate and sort of feels very personal. And then some of the work can be so groundbreaking, and I really like that sort of juxtaposition of the two. So yeah, I think I'd always recommend Stratford East to friends because it's a sort of a sense where like theatre feels like home, and the home here is, and theatre's always been home here, I think.